What's up, guys? Joshua here with Joshua's Lawn Care. Today we're going to be showing you a mulch tear out and stone replacement job here. We got 3 big mulch beds to do. Well, 4 technically, a little one. But take you along on the ride. David's over there blowing out his O-ring. I figured I'd run over here and grab a leaf rake so we can get the fines piled. Whatever. Really hopeful this rain holds off. It's like 12:30 right now. Leaf rakes. Harbor Freight specials, by the way. These are like 11 bucks each. David's like, man, I'm like 50 years old. Why am I doing this? We've almost got this front cleared. There's a little bit more cleanup, but it's pretty decent. And we've got a couple beds in the back we got to get to. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Once we get all this cleared out, we're going to start laying plastic. And that's the goal for today. Get all these cleared out, plastic laid and pinned, ready to bring stone in tomorrow. I'll get back at you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, what's up? So we've just finished getting the prep work done on this. We've cleared out all the mulch, cleaned up everything pretty well. The next part will be getting, see where dug that edge down, the edges down, got everything looking good. Unfortunately, we got a little mud on there we're gonna have to try and rinse off, but it is what it is. I think the black mulch dye is all over our shoes, but this is where we're at. I think it's looking pretty good. Next will be laying plastic, which you guys will see is always a pain in the butt. Getting the holes around all the plants and everything, and working everything around, trying not to leave too many gaps that weeds will want to grow through. And then I'll take you guys around back here and show you what else. Right, so this will be the next one, this small little bed right here. We're gonna get that prepped. I've already got a blister on my thumb, got the skin all tore up. Anyway, and this is the last one. This one's going to be the time-consuming one. Raking the mulch out ain't going to be a big deal. It's under here. Yeah, so it's going to be the under here that's going to be a pain. We got to get all that cleared, and we actually got to run plastic through there. The gravel's going to go underneath. And I do have the brown bed edger with me, so we're going to crisp these edges all around, get them looking nice. As you can see, it's not necessarily that the size of this one, it's the awkwardness of being able to get in here and clean it out. It's going to be a lot of raking underneath of there, pulling it all out. And I'll set you guys up so you can watch. Maybe I'll run a time lapse on it. Yeah, so keep following along and you get to see the process of this. This is going to be a 2-day project. Today we're doing all the prep, the plastic, the pinning, the edging, getting it all ready for tomorrow to bring in stone. And you get to see the cool rental I've got for the stone. Kind of going to be nice. They've got this new concrete buggy by Toro. It's built on a platform kind of similar to the grandstand, same hydros, and basically it's on tracks. The tracks are like 7 foot long, so you can haul a lot of weight, and you're putting that weight down on a much larger surface. Now granted, it is tracked, so you can't do a sharp turning in the grass without tearing, so we'll have to do a lot of maneuvering. But dude, that thing should be a game changer for us. Can haul 2,200 pounds of stone. All right, we'll get back at you guys here in a minute. What's up, guys? Take this thing over here. So I'm done with this one. What we got to do left now is plastic it, cut the edge in, which we're waiting for it to dry out a little bit before I cut in the edges. It's pretty wet. It'll look much better if I let it dry some. So really does. Like, I'm working enough to break a sweat, and the breeze is just enough to kill you from the sweat. Excuse me. That's what happens when you eat bratwurst for breakfast. Hey, what's up, guys? Joshua here with Joshua's Lawn Care. We're over here doing a mulch tear out and stone installation. Today's process is going to be just removing the mulch, cleaning the beds up, getting the edge in, getting the plastic laid, and pinning everything, getting it ready for stone installation tomorrow. But I want to talk about this Toro Grandstand Multi-Force with the Mulch Force bucket. This is a rental from Slaybach Engines in Apple Creek. Free plug. By the way, Absolute best dealership I've ever been to. Service, excellent. Anyway, but this makes light work of difficult physical labor. Not having to run wheelbarrows, doing it for you. And the hopper dumps everything. So I'll give you guys a rundown, take you down here and show you where we're dumping. I don't know about you guys, this beats running wheelbarrows any day of the week. Any day of the week. Now they have this back area that's just their natural whatever at the property line. He says we can bring it back here and just dump them in. Which I'm alright with that. And then mulch course. And all the work is done for me. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with this mulch course, but it's supposed to tip itself back on its own, and it's not. Show you guys what I mean. I actually think the hinge is going overextended farther than it's supposed to be. I'll have to mention that to the spray balls when I take it back. It seems like it was malfunctioning, but we'll figure that out later. Absolute great dump though. I mean, it saves so much time, so much energy, so any day of the week I'll rent this over doing it by hand. The cost of the rental, probably pay less for this than you would the labor of having to do everything by hand. I can't. They're a type of like a calla lily or something like that. They bloom like orange and red stuff like that. I think that's what they are. Not 100% certain. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a quick look at, we just ran the edger in here. Now we got to clean everything up, but this is, I really like this edger. See how deep the trench is? That's going to be pivotal for this job too, having a good deep trench edge. Obviously we'll clean it up a little bit more, hit it with a string trimmer, rake everything out, make it look great, but this edger is amazing. Even deals with small roots and stuff like they ain't even there. Let's see. Yeah, you don't have to scoop all that out, David. You can rake it up into the bed. It's just soil.
It's really nice soil.
Right, so we can just kind of garden rake it up into there. If there's a bunch of excess, sure, we'll take some out, but mostly just kind of rake it out and... It really is. She's got really good soil here. Everything looks so nice. But yeah, you don't have to actually scoop it all out. You can kind of blend it in, work it in.
Can I do a cartwheel?
If you want to do that on film, sure. I'll make sure I put it in slow-mo so everybody can see you do it. Alright guys, so this is where we're at. We basically just have to pin and plastic this. There's going to be a little bit of cleanup. I'll bring the blower in. I'm going to blow the stuff off the edge and just clean it up a little bit more, and then it'll be ready. I'm going to run the string trimmer along the edge and crisp up the edge, blah blah blah, the norm. And what David's doing, he's just pulling back all the material from the edger. Try and clean up the edge a little bit before we plastic it in. Now I got to come in here and hand cut the rest of these little spots where you can't get all the way to it with the edger. And then we're going to move on. So I'm going to shut you guys off for a little bit. We'll work this out and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Alright guys, give you an idea what we got going on here. So these are basically completely prepped. We got a tiny bit of raking, just some whatever, nothing major, just to smooth out for when the plastic goes on. But edges are in, crisped up, looking pretty darn good. Gotta say, I do like that bed edger over the turf coats. I've been using the turf coats for years and this thing's always beat my body up. This thing was actually pretty nice. I've never used that rotating blade one with all the tine teeth. It was really easy to operate, honestly. I've always used the turf coats or cut the bed edging in by hand. This thing makes a nice deep trench bed edge. It's going to be pretty darn nice by the time we're done. The only thing I regret is I wish I'd kind of swooped this in a little bit deeper. But it is what it is. I'm done with it. David's got the plastic. We're getting ready to set up for this front here. We got to move St. Francis still. St. Francis of Assisi. Are you getting old? Are you breaking yourself? Well, you're already grandpa. Hey, just say for me, say, no guts, no glory. You can be our Jack Hoffman. If we were Gold Rush, I guess. Alright, I'm going to put this on hyperlapse so you guys can watch us do the whole deal. Hey guys, so if you check us out, we both noticed that, well, David saw there was literally a wall of rain coming, like maybe a half a mile away. We could see it. The wind started picking up. I told him, said, dude, grab every piece of plastic you can find, weigh it down, do whatever you can to just keep it from blowing away. You see I'm grabbing the camera, I'm hustling, trying to find every little piece of whatever is still left of plastic so it doesn't blow away across the field and we have to go chasing everything down. It was kind of crazy, but man, we got poured on hard. What's up, guys? Jeez. So we're in the truck right now because we got hit with a big downpour. But we've got most of the plastic laid in that bed. We still have the 2 back beds to do. I don't know how far we're going to get this afternoon. I really hope we can get it done. But the 2 small beds, easy. No problem. It'll be like 10-15 minutes to do. That back bed's going to be a pain in the butt. The front bed, we're 80% done with it, 70% done with it, something like that. So I'll get back to you guys after we get out of this rain. This should pass here shortly. All right, guys, it's 6:30 p.m. We're going to call it for the day. I've actually got Drew from Drew's Property Management coming down tomorrow. He's going to actually haul the loads for me. He's got a 2500 Chevy. I'm just using an F-150 diesel. I can only haul like 6,000 pounds on a 14K trailer. Yeah, but he'll be able to haul a lot more. So it'll save me 2 trips to have Drew come and help me. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip the camera on here and show you guys where we're at. All right, so we've got all this plastic laid up front. Everything is looking good. Corners pinned. Everything's pinned up pretty well pinned. Specifically the edges too. Pretty well pinned. We had to use a few pieces. It just is what it is. When you're trying to tuck around a whole bunch of stuff like that, it's hard to use entire sheets. So now we've got this back corner one done. And unfortunately, we just didn't have enough time to get to. We'll have to do a little crease tuck on that. We didn't have enough time to get, you see the bed edging came out pretty darn nice, but we didn't have the time to get this one in. It poured on us like hardcore, and we lost about a half an hour and it made everything slush. So like I can't even step in that. It'll just literally, I'll pick my whole boot up with mud if I do. So we need to plastic and pin this tomorrow, which this is a pretty big space. It's probably going to take 3 hours to do all that. So I'm likely going to be working on plastic while David and my son Brendan are running gravel for those 2 front beds. And if we have to, I will lay out a tarp and we'll drop gravel back here. The downside is tomorrow the mulch place is only open until noon. So to be able to get the stones, we have to get our final load before noon. And then you see how bad it rained. It poured in here, so filled that edge, everything. So all right, well, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I'm going to get moving, get headed home. I have a bunch of rental equipment I have to take back in the morning and then pick up new rental equipment. So yeah, I'm just praying that all this goes well. I bid it for a certain amount of hours, and you know, we're not exactly quite into it, but I'm definitely going to go over the hours. And I made the customer a promise that the labor hours I charged was all I was going to charge, even if we went over on labor hours, which is fine. Should still be good. If we go over, you know, 6-8 hours, I could survive that. It'll just take a little bit of my profit away. But I'd rather give my customer a great job, make everything look as good as possible. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. Catch us tomorrow so you can see the end, so you can see this entire thing graveled and completed, and another job well done with Joshua with Lawn Care. All right, guys, peace.